welcome back to the Jabcast. This is episode 3. Of course, Jared, Alec, and Ben here to bring you your entertainment, music, sports news. Got a great show ahead. I understand we have a wonderful guest that Alec wants to introduce to us.
Yes, we do. We have an epic all-star goaltender from Kutztown University Golden Bears, who are actually the reigning Division II champions. Unfortunately, he wasn't on that team because he's too old. But he is now taking part in a small business venture, and we're going to bring him on here. Billy Booth, how are you doing today, man?
How's it going, Alec, man? Thanks for having me. Thanks, guys. It's been a pleasure. So it's been good, man. How you been? It's been a long time.
Yeah, I know. I actually met Billy back in, I think, U16 when I was playing for the Pottstown Penguins. He was at Kutztown at that point, and he would bring his brother out, and they'd help out our youth team pretty good amount. Made our goalies a lot better because, like I said in the intro, he's a superstar here.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So first off, let's kind of walk us through your loving stint at KU with the Golden Bears. What was it like on the ice over there?
Kutztown, I mean, I can't say enough good things about it. My dad went there, originally started in, I think, 77. He actually left in his senior year. He had an art degree or was working on an art degree. Communication, started his own company, and actually went on to build Booth Bay, which became his company for the past 30 years. During my senior year, while I was finishing school, because my dad left early, he actually went back, finished a couple classes that he had to get his degree. So unknowing to me, we got to walk together at graduation at the same time, get our diplomas back to back. I had no idea until it was probably about 5 minutes before I walked on the stage to grab my diploma. And my dad came up behind me in his captain gown, said, "Hey, man, I finished. It took a while, but we got it done." So that was a really unique experience to get to share, outside of hockey with someone obviously as close to my dad. He's one of my best friends. So that was a very unique experience that really kind of defined my KU years, even if it was the past couple minutes, just from graduation to leaving KU. But even though such a short time, that really had an impact on me and my future. So it was just a great experience all around. I can't thank Kutztown enough for the opportunity that I got.
Yeah, so since graduation, you've been taking part in creating your own business, much like your dad. So tell us a little bit about your business ventures now.
Yeah, so when we got started, so both my parents are entrepreneurs. They own their own businesses since I was a child. When I graduated, I graduated with a history degree, and my aspirations were actually to work in the restaurant field. That was kind of my passion at the time, working in the Kutztown cafeteria serving pepperoni pizzas. So at the time, that was kind of my goal. But my dad saw kind of a little bit of more, with his passion with art, our passion for Philly sports and everything that it encompasses, we were really ready to kind of take it to the next level. And when my dad decided, he wanted to start something for the future of both myself and my younger brother, who also went to Kutztown. He was 2 years behind me. So when I graduated, we were thinking, what's the future? What's the next step that we can all build together? Something not only for my dad, but something that he could kind of leave for Ryan and I to build. So we took our passion of, Philly sports and my dad's great artwork and design, what he's been doing for the past 30, 40 years, and combined them. And we started 36-0, which is a Philly, originally Philly-based design, all Philly sports, Eagles, Flyers, Sixers. Since then, we've, expanded into other cities, other markets, and it's, had a really positive showing for us. So it's been good.
Yeah, so what are some of the things that really sparked the ideas for some of your top designs or top products?
It's funny. While my dad was searching for this kind of next opportunity, what we were going to do next, my dad found a photo of my grandfather in his football outfit. I think he was about 7 or 8 years old. He grew up in Norristown, big football guy, Irish. We're big Notre Dame fans. So that photo actually kind of inspired us to go back to the kind of nostalgia feeling of the sports and what it represented. And we wanted to take that photo and use that as our passion and our drive to really build the entire line of other shirts that we had, whether it was from Chicago or New York or Philly. But that basic idea of just the nostalgia and the old school feel, not necessarily paying that top quality price of, paying the top market, but giving someone, everybody an opportunity to get something cool and something that we were really proud of.
So like in going through all of that, what were some of like the biggest speed bumps that you came across while putting this all together?
Oh man, there were a couple. It wasn't all happy times for us 36-0.
Yeah.
We've been through a lot of different tasks or difficulties from our first year on the site. We have our own website. It's 36and0.com. You can get shirts there. Our original drive was to really build that brand and get people going to the site. But what we found was, when you don't have that national recognition, when you're going from a Philly market to try to really reach out to people that are, maybe Philly fans, because that's what we started with. It was all Philly designs, but we're trying to reach outside of the market, right? So the hardest part was just driving traffic, getting people to our site to recognize our brand, whether it was our website, our Instagram, our Twitter, things like that. That was tough. Our first year, our full first calendar year selling shirts, we sold 50, maybe 55. And I bought 10 of them with a 50% off coupon code that I created. So, things weren't stellar by any means. And we were faced with a difficult choice of, do we continue to invest in something that we believe in, even though it doesn't show, the positive reaction that we're looking for? What do we do? So we all sat down, my brother, my dad, and I, my mom's involved as well. And we had a conversation of kind of, look, it's been a year. That's a good, 1 year is a good kind of market chunk, to kind of segregate and say, within a year, what did we do? How can we improve? But honestly, with 45 shirts sold, I mean, there's a lot you have to do to really improve that, which we weren't even sure how to kind of accomplish. But we knew that we were passionate about what we were doing. It was something that my brother and I invested in on the weekends. My dad literally never stops working. He owns his own company. When he comes home around 6 or 7, he has dinner and then he sits down at his laptop and continues to draw. Comes up with new designs. So we knew that this was something that it wasn't going to be a flash in the pan. It wasn't going to be something for us that, we necessarily, we gave a good effort and then we moved on, but it was something that we knew that we were going to build and continue to build. And it wasn't going to be something that was something forgotten about. We had the passion. So after that first year, we looked at how to kind of expand our company outside of just online retail. That came with community events, fundraisers, any kind of outreach program that we could do. We reached out to those charities or events, whatever was going on, and we said, hey, we're a local company. We've grown out of Philly. We want to be involved in your charity, whether it was for an SPCA, some kind of pet adoption agency, equestrian therapy for children that have been through some difficult times. We had partnered with those groups around our local area that we knew to us. And that definitely helped kind of grow our brand in the community that we were most local to, being the Philadelphia area, whether it was Westchester, Collegeville, Reading, all of those things we kind of touched on the market to try to figure out and just really help where we could, because our biggest thing is, to me, I want to be able to give back as much as I can. So while we can both benefit by giving back to the community and giving back to these events that are trying to raise money, we can also spread awareness, not only about their cause, but also about 36and0, who is a brand that is dedicated to supporting these causes and supporting these fundraisers and trying to help it, improve the community.
Now, because we are currently in a pandemic, has it affected your company or the progress of your company in any way, shape, or form?
The pandemic has affected us. It's affected millions of people, not just us, obviously, but in the small picture of things, which I like to reference because obviously there are bigger things going on in the world, in the United States, going on with people that are struggling. But our company has struggled. It has been through some difficult times. The biggest effect, obviously, is no sports. So with no sports going on, there aren't people going to Phillies games. There aren't people going to Cubs games, Red Sox games, whatever it may be, Flyers games. I mean, hell, Flyers, it looks like the NHL may come back, which we're hoping for a little rebound there. But no question, it has affected us. It's been difficult, but we're trying to look for new ways to kind of navigate that. And hopefully it looks like, I'm in South Philly right now. It looks like we're going to move into phase 2 next week. I'm not super educated on the whole phases, but it looks like sports are coming back, which is good news for us. It's good news for the community. A lot of people depend on their jobs at those stadiums outside of the players. And we want to stimulate that and help as much as we can.
Yeah. Now, with you being hopeful and everything coming back, do you have any like big plans that you're going to hopefully release new shirts or such coming up soon?
I mean, the pipeline is filled, to say the least. I mean, every day we kind of have a round table where, similar to right now, we're talking on Zoom, we'll have a FaceTime call. We'll go through a few designs for different sports, maybe profiling an athlete or a specific team, Flyers, Eagles, Sixers, maybe Chicago, whatever team it may be. But we always roundtable those designs, and there are more than enough to go around for each city. We're trying to decide which ones are going to be, have showed the most the promise, and our prospect sales that we've kind of done limited runs of have been positive. So yes, there are things looking up. We're staying positive and trying to do what we can do to keep the business going and keep it open. And I think that definitely with sports opening back up within the next couple months, it'll definitely show a rebound in our sales and our shirts, across the country.
Yeah, you got any Bengals or Bills stuff coming out soon?
We're working on a couple things. Obviously I can't divulge any information, but I've seen a few designs that, what I would wear around the city. I'm actually wearing one right now. This is our Bryce is Right. This was right after Bryce Harper signed with the Phillies. And, it's funny. I was out at trivia before the shutdown started, and I was there with a friend from high school, just catching up and, doing the trivia. And the guy at the corner of the bar said, "Hey, I like your shirt. That's actually my phone background." And I was wearing a similar shirt to this, another Phillies design. And I said, "Oh, that's that's funny. That's one of our designs. This is my company." I gave him a business card, let him know, thanks for supporting us. So, but that's honestly one of the coolest things about living in Philly is when I go to, we're always at Eagles tailgates when they were going on. Obviously, last summer we were going to Philly stuff, and it's really cool to see our brand being represented not only by Philadelphians and people that are local, but I had people that come in that were Chicago Bears fans that were wearing some of our Chicago gear. And it was completely random. I went with friends. It wasn't a business deal. It was just kind of, let's go and enjoy the game. And during the tailgate, I happened to wander over a couple spots and I saw some guys with our shirts on. And I was like, hey, I'm one of the guys who helped put that together so that you could get that. And even from the, away fans being, Chicago Bears or whatever they were always super positive. They were always, grateful to be in Philly, super excited to share that experience, and really excited to meet, one of the guys who was responsible for getting that shirt to him. So that was really cool. And I think that's the biggest part I miss about the sports season, just being able to interact with people and kind of see our stuff around. That was really cool.
And then just one more time, I know you mentioned the website a little earlier, but can you mention again how to get to your products?
Yeah, totally. So we are on our own website, 36and0.com. You spell it out. I'm not going to do it here because it's going to take too long, but 36and0.com. But the best part is, we talked about driving people to our site. That second year, after only selling 50 shirts, we went on to Amazon. And that is what really transformed our business. We went from selling 50 shirts a year to over 20,000 shirts a year. So that has been huge for us. If you go on Amazon.com, search 36and0. Like I said, we're working on designs for all different cities. Right now, we've got Philly stuff, Chicago stuff, Atlanta stuff. I think San Diego Charger stuff we're just starting to roll out. So no matter what city you're in or where you're located with Amazon Prime 2-day free shipping, I mean, it's worth a shot to take a look at our designs. The one thing I will say is these aren't going to be your tailgate parking lot designs. These are very high quality shirts that we take a lot of pride in. Whether we take, before we print a shirt, we look at 5 or 6 different brands. We get them in our hands, we feel them, we wear them around for a day to know what we want to print our design on, so that we know the end user, whoever's going to end up buying that shirt, is going to be happy with that product.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to a Bengals one, and I know Ben is definitely looking forward to seeing a Bills one come out soon. But on my end, I think that's all I have. I will now turn it over to Jared for our 5 interesting questions.
All right.
5-ish. Sometimes it's more. Sometimes.
All right, Jared, what do you got for me?
All right. Like I said, if these are weird, so if you can't think of anything, don't worry about it. So first off, we have, would you rather be a werewolf or a vampire?
Werewolf.
Werewolf? Easy.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, because you can go back and forth.
Yeah,
if you're a vampire, you're kind of labeled. But if you're a werewolf, people during the day, they don't know what you're doing. So you can transform at night and do your thing.
Yeah. There you go. That's what I would do too. All right. So if you had to live in a TV or movie world, it could be like a part of a family sitcom or like a fantasy world. Which would you choose?
Man, immediately I thought of that one with Jim Cramer when he's on that television show that he's being filmed his whole life.
The Truman Show?
Truman Show.
Yes, yeah.
That is my immediate reaction, the Truman Show, because honestly, my friends, I'm kind of the funny guy, the comedian in the group. They like to record me doing my things or whatever. So I feel like I would fit good in a setting where I know I'm being recorded and I can just kind of let it fly and be myself.
There you go. Cool. All right. So if you had to lose a limb, would you pick an arm or a leg?
Oh, that's a tough one because I'm a goalie. So I feel like my legs, being able to recover and go up and down is tough. I feel like if I had a prosthetic arm, I could figure out how to, wear a glove on that somehow. So I'm gonna say an arm.
Arm. Okay.
Wow.
Do you have a favorite mountain?
Ooh, favorite mountain. You know what? I just picked up skiing a couple of years ago, actually. My buddies are all into it, and I had skied before as a young kid, maybe once or twice. I wasn't bad, but it's similar to goalie skating. So we've been going up to Vermont the past couple of years. So I would have to say Killington has been very good to me. Everyone up in Vermont is like the nicest people. Maple syrup everywhere. You can just guzzle it by the gallon. So it's been good. I'll say Killington in Vermont has been
cool.
Good.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Vermont. All right, so this last one is a little more open-ended. It's kind of a situational thing. So imagine you're in a gladiatorial ring type thing.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
And they're sending out waves of second graders.
Yeah.
And there's 10 in each wave. And after every 5th wave of 10 second graders, you have to fight one 5th grader boss.
Got it.
How many waves do you think you can go through before you're just too tired?
Probably 20 or 30.
20 or 30?
I mean, I've got a couple kids now. I'm a little bit older than you guys. So I've got a couple kids with, younger kids, and I babysat them, and I know their capabilities. So I feel like second graders are no problem.
Yeah.
The 5th grader, maybe, his attitude may challenge me a little bit, but I have no doubt that I could belittle him in some way, that I could beat him up. So I'm going to say 20 or 30 around. I could take 20 5th graders. Yeah, hands down.
Wow.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Good answers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
That
think
was well
that's
thought out, huh? I've been thinking about those fifth graders.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, I think that's actually all I have for you. Any other questions from the peanut gallery over there?
No, I think I got my questions out of the way.
Yeah, man. But yeah, thank you very much for coming on. 36-0. We definitely will be checking it out. And I will buy all of the Bengals t-shirts once they're made.
I'll tell you what, when we come up with the Bengals one, I'll send it to you, all right?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
I got you, Alec.
All right. Thank you very much, Billy.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Good luck with everything, and good luck with school.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Nice
man.
meeting you, Billy.
All right, guys. Take it easy.